Welcome to the FMB Busch series here on FMB TV2. We've been off for a couple weeks following the unfortunate incident that involved Ari in the 6 car. Today, the team has announced that they have not elected to find another driver to take over. So as of now, the 6 car has been retired for this week, and he will not be scoring any points. And you know, it's sad to see Ari be in a condition he is in right now, but fortunately, he has survived the crash, and but he has unfortunately lost both of his legs. That is the official report. We still have a little or some reports coming out here and there, but we can't confirm many of them. All we know now is Ari has come out of the medically induced coma that he was put in, and unfortunately he is without both of his legs due to the huge incident that happened at Road America, and we'll show it on your screen here. This was the crash that involved Ari and 2 other cars, and it was a hard one, and unfortunately it's going to cost Ari a lot. We can tell you that the wall that Ari hit was not guarded by any safety measures that we've implemented at tracks that we are at, like right now. So that is the only reason that the car did not hold up as it would at a track like this. We're hoping to get that fixed before we go back to Road America next year, but we'll have to wait and see. But as of right now, let's get to the race. Qualifying underway, and it looks like Ian Dowdy is going to take the pole, followed by the 31, the 89, the 27, the 41, and that will round out your top 5. Ryan Williams in the top 5 for the first time in a long time for qualifying. Let's get to the race. We'll be doing 40 laps here at Dover, and these guys are really ready to get back into action. We do know James Chu is your points leader, and he's going to be starting near the back of the pack, so we'll have to wait and see what he can do. Right now we're getting James Chu starting 34th out of the 39 cars in the race, so we'll have to wait and see if the points leader can make his way up. But as of right now, Ian Dowdy and Kendall in the 31 going to lead him to the line. The first race since the horrible accident at Road America, the FMB Busch Series is back, and we hope you stayed along with us, because the green flag at Dover is out and we're back to racing. Already getting a little bit crazy. Look at these guys back here looking to make it 3 wide in the back, and they're going to make better of it, and they're going to fold double file. We're going to see some pretty interesting moves as we start this race, and these guys are just wanting to get some laps under their belt. The track is new. It rained last night, and it's a very green track, and as of right now it seems to be not doing wonders for Kendall, as he is falling back and he is on the high line. And Ryan Williams, who started 5th, moving up to 2nd, but right now it looks like the 96 of Roke is going to move under him and take the position away, and he is going to do so. Already 2 laps complete as we start the 3rd one, and Ian Dowdy is starting to pull away, and he's starting to do it pretty big. Now it seems that the guys in the back seem to try to be working it single file, but look at them, they're having some fun back here, and it looks like Tyler Wesley is going to have some trouble. Lawson right there all over the back bumper of Wesley, and we'll see if the 01 can do anything with them. As behind him, it looks like there might be some 3 wide action going on. There is, and that was Stanton, who almost touched the wall coming off turn 2. And now he is on the high line. And look at this, the 18 and the 81 at Kennington right there getting really close. And like we said, these guys just want to get a couple laps under their belt, so they're going to try to play it safe, but you know, anything can happen at this track. It's a really fast track, and these guys' qualifying times were really close to the track record, and they're showing really fast times here now, as we were on board with Kennington, as he was setting a really fast lap last time by. Up front, though, Ian Dowdy has lost the lead. We'll have to go back and take a look what happened, because Roke is now your leader. As we were looking back in the pack, what has happened to Dowdy? Here on lap 5, let's go and take a look. We apologize for that. No, it just appears that Roque just gets under him. And then Dowdy is stuck on the outside, and he is just falling like a rock at this point. Ian Dowdy going en route to one of his best finishes right now, not looking too good. But we are continuing to race green flag, and so far we have went the most laps without a caution in this season, looking to be 9 this time by. So the 96 is leading the race. I'm trying to get a name on this guy. George Roque leading the race, followed by Nick Markovich and Hunter Davis in the 27. So the top 3 starting to race single file now. And it appears that Highline's not going to be where you want to race today. Looking for Ian Dowdy now. He is settled back in 12th, and he's about to get passed by McClintock Jr., who came up really short this past year in the FMB Cup Series, losing the championship at the last race due to an unfortunate incident. And the winner, Eddie Roberts, in the 16, went on to win for that team, and right now Eddie's running 4th, and Eddie was really good friends with Ari, and he has spent a lot of time over in the hospital with him. Got a lot of good thoughts coming from Eddie though in the pre-race interview, just wanting to get this race started, you know, and he knows Ari's watching him. He's going to give it all he has right now, doing a pretty solid job running 4th. But it looks like the 96 of Roque's going to have some trouble if the 66 of Nick Markovich is going to get to him. George Roque, the 96, leading the first couple laps of his career. And Markovich wanting to take control of that as he's just waiting, but they are running relatively close to each other. These top 3 trying to get something going. And it looks like Nick Markovich is just going to stay there. Go on board with him. You see Nick Markovich just right there on the back bumper. Can't get back into the gas as fast as George is. And he's really relatively running the same line as George. Not being able to capitalize whatsoever. Let's go back in the back and see what's going on back there. We got reports of Dunlaprad and Pandiscio not having fun with each other, as these guys have gotten into each other the last couple laps, as we're hearing. And in front of them, the 07 Alex Bates just made a double position change as he gets around the 99 of Chris Summers and Dunlaprad. And that moves around a couple other drivers. And in front of him, mostly single file, as these guys are really just settling in now, as I said they were going to do. And we're 15 of 40 laps in already, winding down these laps relatively quick. It doesn't take long to get around this track. These guys averaging around 21 to 22 seconds. And we'll have to see if they're going to make pit stops. With the short amount of race distance that we have, we don't expect to see pit stops, but it could change. A little strategy could be played. We know at Road America last week, it was definitely the topic of discussion, whether you were going to win or lose the race, and lose big. Up front, though, looks like Roque has started to pull away from Markovich for now, and Eddie Roberts has joined in this pack up front as he gets around the 27 of Hunter Davis, and that's going to put Eddie Roberts now 3rd, and Ryan Williams, who started 5th, running 5th right now, looking to try to draft up to the 27 and get a part of that pack. Right now, though, in that pack of Williams. Oh, kind of a big moment there for Lawson, as Ackerman had to really check up because he wasn't aware what was going to happen. Oh, and he gets into the 24, and oh, that's a huge crash. Ackerman in the 24 of Alex Tanker around on the backstretch. That is going to be right in front of the pack. It appears everybody's going to get around him. Yes, everybody appears to get around him, and Ackerman totaled as we were just talking about him. And a lot of damage to that car, and it appears he's going to have to retire it. Caution is going to be out as Ackerman continues to stay stuck on the apron, waiting for rescue crews to get there, and they do. Now he's out of the car. And we are under caution for the first time here. And we'll go back and take a look at what happened with this crash. We were just on looking at Ackerman and Tanker, and maybe Ackerman wasn't too pleased with what had happened going into the corner. Let's go back and take a look at what happened. Ackerman drives in, the 24 checks up, and then Ackerman has to really get out of the gas. And then just coming off the corner, he just takes him out, but not really. Ackerman doesn't really get the hardest hit. It's Tanker that really suffers the big hit. But it appears Tanker's going to drive it to the pits at least. Let's go on board with Tanker and see what he had to see. And just a big hit for the 24, not to mention Ackerman. And I think Ackerman's problem is he got stuck on the runoff, or the apron and the pit lane runoff. As we'll just watch Ackerman's car slide. And the engine's still fired. And there he starts to back up, and I think there he's backing up there. And I think right there is when he gets stuck on that, you know, the wheels are not touching the ground and he can't move the car. So Ackerman is back on the track, but he's going to be a lap down, the least. So our first caution here on lap 21, as we are halfway officially, over halfway now. And about to go back green as no one is elected to make a pit stop. As we'll do another pace lap. So, as we line up to go back to green, Ackerman is going to be the first car a lap down, but he is pretty much destroyed. The 96 of George Roque, Nick Markovich, Eddie Roberts, Hunter Davis, Ryan Williams, and the 31, your top 6. Green flag in the hands of the starter. He'll take back the yellow flag and put the green flag out, and we are racing once again. It's going to be interesting to see how much of an effect Ackerman's going to cause on this restart, as the low line will not be usable first on back as Roque clears them, but Nick Markovich doesn't. And here's what we were just talking about. That's going to just block whatever line Ackerman jumps in, but he makes it work there. Look at that. He really drives in hard. And I was thinking this car was pretty much destroyed as, you know, we were looking at the hit and replay, but right now he seems to be holding his own for a little bit, and we expect to see Eddie Roberts get around him. But here it appears Eddie's going to try. And no, Ackerman jumps low, so maybe there's not as much damage as we had expected on that car. As Ackerman is continuing to hold his own in front of these guys. Got some action going on in the back here. The 60 and the 20 and the 99 going for positions there, as the 20 is going to get that. Up front though, got some position battles going on, and this is right in front of Markovich, who Markovich was sitting pretty well before the caution flew, and now he sits 6th. Looking for Ryan Williams, as he is now all over the back bumper of the 16. And these guys are not able to catch Ackerman in front of them, which is just mind-boggling, because here is Ackerman, who was just sideways right there where we just passed and head on into the wall. And now he's running lap times that are consistent with the leaders. Last time by a 21.5, and the leader running a 21.5 as well. So a 21.6 to Ackerman that lap. So just about a 10th off the leader, which is hard to believe. Now we got a lap car of Muhammad Hussein, who appears to may have an engine going sour, as it doesn't sound too good as they go by the camera. As he goes by the camera. And a lot of skid marks due to that crash they had. And look at this, Ryan Williams making the move to try to take third away from Eddie Roberts as he dives low. And he's going to complete the pass with help from Markovich, who's giving him a little bit of draft down the front straight. And now Lawson, who has gotten around these guys, is trying to work on Ackerman, and he's going to do so. And Ackerman again chops him off. I mean, as we know, Ackerman's trying to get a lap back in case there's another caution, as we're just coming to 10 to go. But it's going to be interesting to see if, you know, Ackerman lets Lawson go to give these guys a chance to even catch George Roque. We'll have to see. As the 96 now hanging in there. Will he catch the 61, and will that make a difference? We'll have to wait and see. As Roque appears to be going on to win this race unless something other happens. And comparing lap times to the 61 and the 96. 96 this time by going to run a 21.639 to Mohammed Hussein's 21.882. So Roque is catching him, but I don't think he's going to catch him in time to make a difference. But if so, Lawson's going to be there to pounce. Looking back here as we're about to get to the end of this race, a really short one, just to get our, get the. And I thought we were under caution there for a second as I stopped talking. Short race to get these guys back in the groove. And right now, look at this. Roque has caught the 61, but will he be as courteous as Ackerman, letting the 01 get around? And it's going to be interesting where Roque catches the 61, because right there, that is the worst possible place to catch the 61, and that is going to hold Roque up just for a little bit, because Roque's going to move under him, and that allowed Lawson to catch a lot, just that little bit right there. And even now, the 96 still having to take it slow. Now, the question is going to be, is the 61 going to be in a bad spot for the 01 not to get around him? And it's going to happen. Yeah, the 01 was not wanting to see that. I think the 01's going to get around him there, though. He is. So the 01 of Lawson has caught the draft, at least, of the 96, but is it too little too late? Because we do know Roque's got a really good car, and they're going to be coming to 2 to go this time by. And unless a caution is to come out now, the race, or if the caution was to come out now, the race would end under caution. There is no green-white checker rules in this. But last time by, comparing lap times, the 01 of Lawson, a 21.701 to a 21.8, so he is there, and we're going to see the white flag this time by. And look how close Lawson has pulled up to the 96, but I think it's going to be a little too late. I don't think the 01's going to have enough steam and enough time. White flag in the air for George Roque, the 96 car, and he's going to have to worry about this 01 as he is there. Oh, it's going to be interesting, because here comes the 01. Does he dive into the corner, though? The 01 all over the back bumper of the 96. Is he going to have enough time? It doesn't appear to be. Is he going to put the bumper to him? It is not going to happen. And they come across the line, nose to tail. And a very close finish as the 96 of George Roque's going to win. But Lawson just a lap or two shy of making a difference. And even then, it's still a .08 finish. But, nose to tail. A very valiant effort by the 01 of Lawson. Let's go over the standings real fast, and we'll end this race. It's a quick race, and we want to thank everybody for joining in for our first race back in the Busch Series. If you want to see the official standings, that include the results and the point standings and some news to go along with the Busch Series and the Cup Series, make sure to check out the official Facebook page in the description, and also make sure to check out the standings and the results links to the pictures and high quality. For Bobby Campbell and the FMB Busch Series on FMB TV 2, thanks for joining in, and we'll see you next week.